outside of the United States. Thank you. Mr. Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters, I'm going to take you around my experiences of growing up in Uganda, living in England, United States, short time in Kenya and Zimbabwe, and how that has changed me in a way, my thinking. I'll start by taking you through my early years so you understand my background, and then give you 3 examples of my experiences around attire, food, and language. Not necessarily in that order, and hopefully try to round it back. I was born in Lira, Uganda. You'll be excused if you think about it as the former Italian currency or a little restaurant in a small town north of Cheyenne, Wyoming. My parents had somewhere between 13 and 15 children, me included. I never met some of them because they were long gone when I was born. Our house had at any one time 20 to 30 people. Guests didn't have to announce their presence as we have to do here. I try to practice that. Come to my house, you don't have to set up an appointment. I went to an all-boys boarding school. After primary school, we used the British system. It's a little different than here. Primary school is 7 years. Then you have 6 years before you go to college. And then when I went to college, during my preliminary training, I stayed in an all-boys hall of residence. There were only 2 mixed-gender halls of residence on campus. That sets the framework for my thinking. When I went to boarding school the first time, I met an age mate. We lived in different dormitories. Thompson, you'll hear about him later. He became a very good friend of mine. He's now a professor in Dalhousie, Canada. That really sets my stage. Very traditional family in northern Uganda in my tribe. Large guests come in, go out. That is my background. I went to England for graduate studies. And one Friday afternoon, we sat around doing our tea, as the British do, at around 3 p.m. in the lounge. Joe, one of the lead technicians in the lab, asked me, "James, what are you doing this weekend?" And I was really excited. My boyfriend is coming. Yeah, the pin dropped. My immediate reaction was, hey, that's what you do at school. When the teacher is talking in class, everyone is silent. So you can hear the lesson. I repeated. My boyfriend, Thompson, is coming this weekend, and he's coming with another guy, and we're going to hang around, do stuff in town, and then they realized, hey, now it's okay. He continued to talk. I had to run back to my landlord later that evening to ask what happened. I found out. Well, in my culture, boys have boyfriends. These are your trusted people, your homies, somebody you can share things with. And boys have girlfriends. these are the girls you trust and you talk with. That's later when I went to hear things like dating, which I thought was the number on the calendar. No, it was not that. Actually, Thompson married my girlfriend. It's just friends, language barrier. Our time. For those of you who live in Fort Collins, you may have heard of the excitement about free the nipple. No, I'm not going to talk about that. But 20 plus years ago, I lived in upstate New York, and I think there was some story about women had to wear bras. I don't know whether there was somebody inspecting that. Where I lived was a town known to have places where it was clothes optional. They supported the movement in New York State. It's no big deal. After the law was passed, that would allow women to go topless in public. No, the women weren't going topless in public. For those tourists that were expecting it, it was just a political statement. I grew up in a country where women of all ages went topless. No big deal. That was a financial reason because they couldn't afford to wear clothes of that length. Seeing that the timer is moved to yellow, I'm going to cut the last bit about food. What I've told you is my life that set the stage for how I think. Very different. And then my experiences in both England and here around language and dress code, I was very different from what I experienced. And having to adjust through that. And in these days of a hostile political climate, if I don't agree with someone to do something, let's step back and think about that that's just a difference of opinion or culture or language. It does not necessarily mean that one side is right and the other side is wrong. Let's embrace those differences and develop a much better society. Thank you.
Let's take a minute and put your thoughts together and put some notes together for James. Well, I see Alex is ready, so let's start the coaching portion of this.
James, you are wicked funny. That subtle humor is wonderful, and I love the way that you use that to create a connection with the audience. As for myself, I drink an awful lot of tea myself, so I felt that connection when you were talking about being in the UK and sitting there at tea, talking about boyfriends. I really appreciated the way that you were able to take a situation where something happened where you weren't quite sure about, but you were able to turn that into something that was very humorous and allowed us to connect with the humanity. A couple of things that James and I talked about before we started was that he wanted to made sure that his introduction did not overwhelm the story. And I don't think that it did, but it did stretch on, which I think posed some of your timing challenges that you had. And one of the things that we also talked about was how pacing could make him stumble, so that when he came to the conclusion, it would be very rushed, because all of a sudden you'd see a red light and figure, oh, I've run out of time. So I think that you were very effective with that. You made edits on the fly so that you didn't talk about the food, but you were able to still come up with that strong conclusion that had that call to action that we should really embrace the differences that all of us had. I really love the way that you were able to tell us all these differences from your experience growing up that is so different from what we experience here in the United States. It's just fantastic for me to be able to have that insight into James, because I've known James for about 3 years now, ever since he started in Toastmasters. I've always loved being able to hear him, being able to coach him, because he really brings a lot. And I'm going to stop gushing on James now, and I'm going to ask the rest of the club for some of their insights. Linda.
What I thought for me was most effective about the humor was that you seemed to be telling a very serious story, and then you slipped those funny things in, and it being so unexpected made it even more effective for me. It caught us a little off guard, and I think that's a lot of what humor is when it's unexpected that we react to it. So I really appreciated that.
Chris.
You have a much slower cadence of your speaking, just normally, than say, for instance, I know, Brian's like, no. So it is so much easier for you to work in a good, long pause. I'm a little jealous. But the thing is, it works. You still get those pauses in there. I want to see how you can move around a little more with that kind of speech telling your story. I'm not sure, perhaps something with Thomas, where you introduce Thomas to a side, and then you say, my friend Thomas, my boyfriend is coming, so that we have an automatic, oh yeah, we know that's Thomas. So, but you gave a clue to it anyway. It was effective.
I liked how you used very specific examples. This is an area where it could have been easy to be general, and your specific examples of there.
Lecture, if it had been Tuesday or Thursday, it would have been an hour 15.
Who else? Brian?
Couple things. I caught as you were sharing, you're talking out of the side of your mouth about when you loan the grandfather loan you money, he owns you. And I think if you are going to say that specifically, I would use your kid's voice.
Oh, very good. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I'm also not very clear on how old you were when you borrowed this money. You had a little bit more explanation in this one about why it wasn't a good idea to borrow money from him. Because then he was going to have you do his chores. But yeah, were you a kid? Were you an adult?
I would also, when you pound the thumb, you can, there's a lot more you could do there. I mean, the one that came to mind was jerking the hand. It's like, and then maybe do the pain dance.
So like you trying to shake
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've been very close to actually just putting it in my mouth and starting to suck on it, but that diminishes
The second part.
the second part. So maybe the dance is right.
Yeah. Because it's
Not
like,
to get shaky, you know, at least when I have to, you're trying to like,
yeah, but yes, and then I would stop and do the deadpan about the words that came out of that 6-year-old's mouth. I can still taste that bar of soap.
Yeah, I think you could have shortened that part about not the adult words, but just the words that came out.
Yeah.
I could almost taste the soap.
Yeah, step out of the role and be the narrator again.
Yeah.
so it is fun to watch it progress and how comfortable you're getting with it, how kind of tuned. We weren't a very good audience for you because we didn't react a lot, and you did a really good job with that. Not that I would experience that at all today. One place where I thought I wanted more from you was I can't wait to have the grandkids thing. I thought it was good that you included everybody. It was like, I can't wait. And I was like, really? Sounds like you're okay with waiting, you know? So because you were so genuine everywhere else, I really want that, like, it really means something to me.
I've lost hope.
Maybe we're hearing a little too much reality. But it just like, you didn't seem to really want it as much as I thought you really did. So, and the other part, I'm still trying to, Diane's comment, I'm wrestling with because I'm not sure if you're talking to us or you're talking to, that part I'm not really certain. And I don't know how to make it better because I don't know what you're intending. What are you trying to do there?
What are we gonna walk away and think?
Well, is that you're just telling us, like, as a person, that's what we should, like, take away from this? Is that what we're...
It's actually part of what Diane was saying at the very beginning, and how do you connect back without appearing preachy?
Okay.
There's that,
So that we
there's
should
an
remember
aspect-
our lessons from our childhood?
Yeah,
something like
or
that?
what memories are you creating for your grandkids? It's kind of that aspect of how you want to give it.
So maybe as whoever you're interacting with, whether it's a 6-year-old neighbor or grandchild or your family, you're creating memories for them. You may not realize you're creating memories. What kind of memories do you want them to have? So maybe
I think you can talk directly to
us.
us that way. You know, you can call Chef.
Right.
All right, Rachel, we'll let you give our last comment.
Yeah, I guess allowed.
Yes.
You were actually allowed. We're glad you're here.
Yeah, so Reed, this is the 3rd time I watch it, and I'm gonna tell you since the first time, I cannot tell you how many times I just do want to pound nails or build a birdhouse. Okay, so it is in my mind, and I think this end of this one took away from it because you went in those 3 points. You know, maybe I'm not gonna give money to my grandchildren, and you went through your 3 points. I would take that out because that takes away from the ending. It's more maybe like, maybe you won't be able to teach your grandchildren about pounding nails, or you don't build birdhouses, but I can't wait to teach mine, or saying something that whatever it is that you can teach them, right? Whatever it is like maybe I won't teach my grandkids how to pound nails, but I will teach them how to walk without seeing, right?
Right.
So maybe bring that out, like whatever it is that your ability is, right, to teach your grandkids, and I can't wait to teach them the difference between pounding nails and building birdhouses. And just one more thing is, I'm foreigner, so this is international speech. I had no clue what patty cake was the first time I heard, so I had to ask. I think that if you take, I got the gist of it, but because you said patty cake, I didn't understand. But if you had just said, and he walked on me and my wife together, like, that, okay, I got. If you just say, you did that pausing together, I know what you were doing.
That is a good choice.
Yeah, I think that jargon in an international environment could go against you.
I noticed
You're
you
right.
dropped 10 penny and you said large nails, so you are doing that.
Yeah, trying to just.
The other thing, your grandpa, he let you have a chance to try it the wrong way. He didn't force you to do it the right way. And so I think there's some element of that too. Like, maybe don't be too quick to give them the answer but how are you helping someone else learn? What memories are you building? So anyway, something along that line. I'm looking forward to seeing it again on Saturday night. I'm gonna return
Me too.
control to our
Yeah.
trespass.